Loading Screen is brought to you by Mike and Ike. Welcome to Loading Screen, where we know exactly what we're doing.
Your taste sucks. That movie was bad.
I like it.
Anyway. Five. There you go. Yeah, we're back.
You might have to refer to me as Captain, Alex. I say this every
Good morning.
I say this every time before the show. We need to update that video because you're becoming more of a common face, and we need to update that video.
You know what's weird is I was watching it and looking at the default V from Cyberpunk felt so weird. That doesn't look like default V to me at all.
I know, and
Like even the slightest bit.
dude, the next crazy thing is, I think we should get you in the intro video of you ironing your green screen.
I asked my mom. I said, "Hey, do we have an ironing board?" And she said, "No. That's why I always have to like go and get your stuff steam cleaned whenever before at like the cleaners."
You don't have an ironing board,
We don't have one,
bro? Just go.
so I'm gonna have to run to Target.
Go to
I'm
Target
gonna have to
or
run to
Walmart.
Target after this.
They're like $7.
I'm gonna say, "Sir, please, I
I've
need
never,
an ironing
this is,
board."
What a whirlwind. I've never met anybody that has never had an ironing board. Welcome, everybody, to Loading Screen episode 69. Shout out
Do
to
you think wrinkle releaser would work?
shout out to Mike and Ike and Sip Chair.
I can't stop seeing it now that you keep pointing it out.
Do I think a what would work?
A wrinkle releaser.
Any de-wrinkler will work.
Oh,
Whether-
chat is in emote only mode, by the way.
Chat is in emote only mode. What a twist. There we go.
Oh.
There we go, guys.
Deeks was
Let
not
loose.
pleased with that.
Let loose. Oh, Deeks. Okay. Anyway, guys, welcome to Loading Screen episode 69. We've got a lot of exciting things to cover today. Mainly horror stuff. So this is interesting because we have the Medium, which apparently should have been released by now. Which we have we're gonna attempt something that we've been saying we would attempt for a long time. Jacob and I are going to attempt a first impressions video for you guys, where we play a little bit of a solid chunk of the Medium today, and then upload that, maybe share it on the next Loading Screen. Wow, it's already Thursday. Sorry that we weren't here for Tuesday. But on top of that, Resident Evil Village. So this demo came out on the 21st or something. It's obviously
I believe so.
It's obviously a few days after that. However, I've finally been able to sit down and break down what we saw in that demo, and we're going to break it down for you guys right here on stream. So, with that being said, guys, let's jump on into. Hold on, what have you been playing, Jacob? More Stardew Valley?
What have I been playing?
It's been a week since we've talked about what we've been playing.
No, I've been playing Valorant because I'm working on a
Valorant.
video, so I need footage. And so you know how Jake is a great FPS player overall?
Yeah.
So Jake and I hopped into a game on an Icebox. Okay. My first time playing Icebox, and I got spanked so hard. I'm talking like 13-2, and the worst part was the whole enemy team was just. We didn't say anything. We didn't say anything in all chat, and they're just like, in all chat they're just like, "Ha, you're losing to me. I'm 7. You're losing to a 7-year-old." So someone on our team was like, "Whatever, I'm 5."
I've done a lot of research on kind of what you're dealing with here, and there's actually a process to, like, not lose. I want to know if you've tried getting good. Have you tried that?
Oh,
While you're at
that's-
Walmart getting your ironing board, you should
that
pick-
was the problem.
You should pick
I wasn't trying to
you-
get good.
You should pick up Get Goodios.
Yeah.
Yeah, with fat-free milk.
I've been eating Badios with fat milk.
I think I have to kick you off the show, bro.
Yeah, at this point, especially with this wrinkled green screen behind me.
How's the new update? I know the update's been out for a few weeks now, but how's the new update? With
I
the
haven't gotten
chunky
to playing
corners.
Split yet.
No,
so
you haven't?
I'm excited to. No, I keep getting Icebox and Haven.
I'm doing streamception here. I'm typing in Twitch chat while I'm live.
Yeah, turn off slow mo so they can talk.
Turn off. Oh my goodness! I realized that. Well, it's not that slow. It's like 10 seconds. Okay. Anyway, guys, welcome everybody. What have I been playing? God, I downloaded Final Fantasy. I downloaded Final Fantasy VIII Remake on the Switch. A lot of people say that's like their favorite Final Fantasy game. So like, I'll try it out. It's very dated, but I'm trying to push through. So I play a little bit before bed on my Switch every night. That's pretty much what I've been doing. Other than that, Final Fantasy and Cyberpunk. I mean, not too many games, but however, that's all about to change with the medium. So I'll be diving into that today and tonight. So I'm really excited. Okay.
I don't know if you noticed, by the way, man, but I got a terrible haircut. They really screwed it up. Like, really bad.
Either that, or like, you've got like there's a squirrel sleeping on your head every night.
Well, no. Like the part in my hair is right here, okay? But she made this. She didn't cut it.
Dylan.
So it's just like. Yeah, Dylan's right. It is a scuffed haircut.
It is a scuffed haircut.
It's terrible.
You know, I want to say, I think you need to find a new hairdresser.
I do. I really do.
Because
you know what the problem is? Like, I go in and they just won't stop talking, and they just keep cutting. They just keep cutting. This time I was like, you just take an inch off.
You know who cuts my hair? My mom. Although I have had hair right now, but like she just goes. Zoom. It's great, dude. It's great. And if I ever don't like the haircut, I can just be like, "Yo, mom, I don't like the haircut."
Mom,
then she yells at me and calls me an ungrateful bastard. Okay, let's dive into the gaming news. We've got a lot to go over today, so let's jump right into it, shall we?
Gaming news.
All right.
News.
So, first things first, with the biggest news right now. Holy wrinkles, I know.
Actually, I know, we're working on it.
Okay. So at 11 a.m., according to our sources, at 11 a.m., the Medium should have gone live on, no, not you, Siri, on Game Pass. So for those of you, and our friend Mark did not know this, if you have PC, you can play, you can get Game Pass for $1 and play the Medium for $1.
I don't have an iron.
So apparently, Lame Abs in chat, apparently Jacob here, they don't have an ironing board or an iron in their house.
I'm gonna go to Target. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get it right after
you are.
this.
I'm gonna. That's gonna.
Tell me more about the Medium.
Okay.
Stop making fun of my green screen.
All right. For those of you guys listening in the podcast, my man's green screen looks like a 150-year-old human being. Okay, here
it's like a wrinkled dog right now. You know, like how wrinkly those old dogs get. It's like one of those.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So this is the official launch trailer. Let's jump into it and have a little look. See, shall we? Xbox sound.
I was reading today that the trailer only shows you half of what the game really has.
Father.
Okay, cool.
Dress him up for his last journey. Put him in a suit, fix his tie. Simple. Just the things he did every day.
Shut up, Lame Abs. That guy looks like Jacob's green screen. Shut up.
Is she a?
It was the hardest
Is she a widow?
of my life.
Well,
Or was that a father?
Or so I thought. Who is this?
does she work at a morgue?
Marianne, but I know you.
Okay, I'm hanging up.
I know what you are.
What did you say?
The Neva Resort. Find me there.
What if he was just like, "You're a babe." 10 out of 10.
You're so cute. Can I have your number, please? You're already calling me. Awesome. Okay, so she always had these powers then too. This isn't something.
Well, she's
that's just
mediums do have these powers always.
Right. I didn't know if she was becoming the medium.
Okay. Yeah, it's not like something you go to school for.
What are you majoring in? Medium. Ooh, that transition was sick.
Are you ready for
I'm
this? 'Cause
kind of vibing to this song. This is a jam.
you and I are going to be diving into this after this show, and we're going to be doing a first impression video, which all of you guys will be able to see. My girlfriend's going to hate me. She's in work meetings. I'm going to be screaming in the background. Okay.
All starts with a dead
Who do you
girl.
think is shot?
It all starts with a dead girl. What? I'm sorry.
That's a hooker.
It all
That's a hook.
Okay, yeah. Way to correct
just-
yourself there.
That's a hook. Yeah.
It all starts with a dead girl. That's okay. Well, I'm excited. We've talked about this so much, guys, right? And so like I think the meat of this show is going to be in Resident Evil, but I'm excited. We're gonna dive into it again, guys. We're going to be doing a first impression video, which you guys will hopefully see tomorrow. Yeah. As long as Jacob fixes his green screen, so I'm excited.
I'm gonna get an iron.
I don't know what to think. I don't want to think yet, but I'll wait till the game. So Dylan in chat says I'll wait till the game is in its third sale. It'll be worth the money then. Well, so Dylan, that's the thing about the medium. You can literally get it for $1 on Game Pass. And if you
That's the coolest
$1
part.
on PC on Game Pass, and if you have it on Xbox, I believe there's also a trial as well, so you can play it for $1 or free. Unless you've already used that, then it'll be $15. But there's your sale right there. You can play it, subscribe, play it, and toss it out. So
Can't you create a burner email to do the $1 thing again?
well, yes, you can.
Not that I would ever.
Not that
not
you
that
would
I
ever
would
do that, but
advise.
you know, if you were to hypothetically do that, I would say
Hypothetically,
you
if I
might
need
be
to
able to
save some
cheat
money.
the system.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next big story that we haven't really talked all that much about. But the next big story is Resident
my man.
Evil. Resident Evil Village. So the demo came out on, I think it was the 21st or around there. I'm just looking at when this video went live here. And Resident Evil. So we've got some uncovered secrets. So we've kind of broken it down. This is part of the 19-minute demo. So don't worry, guys. This is not spoilers. Fun fact, the demo is not part of the main game. So when you're experiencing the demo here, you're not. It's a totally different experience, kind of just to show off the game and everything. So right off the bat, I'm getting big vibes.
Amnesia vibes.
Well, Amnesia vibes, but big. It looks very similar to the gameplay and style of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, right? So if you guys haven't played that, I recommend playing it. But this demo is a PlayStation 5 demo, apparently only. So it's its own separate experience, not part of the game. But we do have a breakdown, what we're going to be explaining to you guys here. Let me see if I can skip around to... I'm gonna be skipping around this entire video here, guys, because there's a lot. Here's an autonomous desk ad, in case you want a standing desk.
Oh, I do.
It heard me talking with my friend about a standing desk, and well, here it is. Okay, so we're gonna be skipping around. There's a bunch of like, I don't know, but this is like a little gameplay demo. So anyway, this is a follow-up to Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, right? So in Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, you play as Ethan Winters. I'm playing off of memory right now, but you go through it and you're trying to find your wife, right?
Right.
That's who you work to save. Well, you're playing as Ethan Winters again. Poor guy. You're playing with him again. There's two endings to the Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, right? One is spoilers. One is your wife dies, and then the other is she lives and has the baby, right?
So
or
if this is
the
a
other she
sequel,
lives.
which ending does that take?
So
Which ending
this
does it
is
take?
this plays off of the ending where his daughter lives, and the village is based off of that storyline. Okay, so you play as Ethan Winters again. Poor guy. Really feel bad for him because he's gone through so much. This is a few years after the Baker Mansion, which is what the Resident Evil 7 took place in. So they have a child. The alternate ending in Resident Evil 7, like I just said, is kind of what they base this storyline off of. So it takes place in that, where his daughter at the end of that gets taken, and you go to this village to find her. First of all, he loses his wife. He's got to find his wife. Just like, right off the bat, now he's got to find his daughter. He's lost his daughter. So Chris Redfield, which if you guys are fans of the Resident Evil series, you know who Chris Redfield is. But Chris Redfield has, normally, and I haven't played all the Resident Evil, so I might be wrong in saying this, but normally he helps you out in the series. But something has gone wrong, and he's kind of gone off the deep end, because I'm pretty sure he's the one that has taken this child. But why? So the box art, if you guys look at the box art, let me see if I can, I don't know if I can find the box art.
The demo's out for this, right?
Yes. So the demo's out on PlayStation 5. So I'll play it and let you know how it is. Okay, hold on.
I keep having to adjust my webcam. I think we screwed this up before we started.
Yep. Okay, so I'm trying to find an image right now of... Okay, here we go. So here's an image of Chris Redfield. This is box art for Resident Evil Village. It looks like he's kind of blending with a werewolf, so that's interesting. Is he part werewolf? Is that kind of where this evil in him is coming from? So that's that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Imagine Twilight Princess and Resident Evil meet.
Okay. So so we're trying to figure out why he's gone off the deep end. Villain or hero? I don't know, but we do know is Pillow Cube.
Pillow cube, the perfect cube for your head.
Yeah,
neck.
right. Okay, so what we do know is Vampire Lady is the big bad. The Vampire Lady that everybody's saying is like super hot, she's thick, all this stuff. She's the big bad, but the owner of the castle that looms over the village, and people are terrified of it because mainly those who enter that castle don't leave. So you have the village, and then at the top of this hill or whatever, there's a castle to the village. The castle is where all the big bads are. Those who enter the castle don't leave. There's 3 terrifying daughters. The 3 terrifying daughters, I'm going to see if I can find a video of them. Let me see if I could quickly just find that. But there's 3 daughters in Resident Evil.
Alex, are you going to play the demo or are you going to wait for the game?
Well, the demo's like totally separate, so I'd totally be down. I'd totally be down to play the
try
demo,
it out,
right? Yeah. So okay. So here
didn't someone speedrun it in like 15 minutes?
Yeah. So it takes like apparently it can take you 15 minutes. If you explore a lot, take your time, it can take like 40 minutes. So it's a small demo, but like I said, it has nothing to do with the main game, so you can do it without getting spoiled or anything. But so here's the big bad lady. She's like the mom, all right, and then there's daughters. These daughters here, very creepy, but they're 3 daughters. And they basically have swarms of bugs. Swarms of bugs around them, and they can turn into bugs. And basically, they want to kill you because, pretty daughters, But of course, they want to kill you. So with that being said, there's also a younger brother too, who he looks like Van Helsing. I'm trying to find where that is in here. Anyway, he's somewhere in here. But anyway, so you've got the daughters, you've got the 3 daughters, you've got the mom, and you've got
Goth girls of my dreams.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, seriously.
Really?
When she smiles at you like that, you just know.
Yeah, because
this is
the kind of girl you want right here. Blood all over the face.
My mom.
Blood all over the face.
I can't wait.
So apparently, they are. There's a younger
brother.
Mom.
She plays with so much lipstick. It might be a little over on her face. You don't have to point it out.
So
she'll go and fix it later.
This woman is behind the kidnapping of Ethan's daughter for a ceremony for what she's on the phone here in this scene with somebody. She's on the phone here with somebody, basically like, yes, don't worry, you will have the daughter or whatever for a ceremony. I believe it might be this woman's mom. So there's a whole bunch of bad people here. Always crazy families in these games all of a sudden. Okay.
Imagine the luck, though, for Ethan to get this to happen. That's the odds of it happening to one person. Just, gosh.
I'm telling you, man. Super, poor guy. He's been through so much. And this family is never going to be the same. So you're exploring the castle. And what I'm curious about is, you know how the wife in Resident Evil 7 was kind of like, She went through all that shit, but she was kind of normal. She didn't necessarily break. Yeah. Right?
She was normal. She was just kind of
I wonder if this girl was kidnapped as a baby. So she's being raised by these people. So I wonder
that's
if
why
like
she's so out of sorts.
well, I wonder if she's gone when you find her, she's going to be like, "You're not my dad," blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? So that's going to be interesting. But basically, so the open world. So there's a.
Oh, Alex, no. So you're thinking you're gonna get to the end of the game, save the daughter, and she's gonna be like, "You're not my dad."
Yeah, and I'm thinking you might have to fight her. That's I'm thinking you might have to fight her. You know?
I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
gonna
know.
turn the game off at that point. I don't want to fight my daughter.
I don't know, dude. And then so basically you're exploring the castle and the surrounding village. People have said that this has kind of got like an open world vibe. Like there's no linear stuff. You're kind of able to explore everything. That's what I've heard. Take that with a grain of salt. So Resident Evil open world, interesting gameplay. So the gameplay is going to be similar to Resident Evil 7. There's more variety of enemies. So you know, in Resident Evil 7, where you were pretty much just playing against these like big ugly dudes that are like intestines and all that stuff. There's more enemies, so you're gonna have ghouls, beefy werewolf dudes that are in the village. The ghouls are like in the dungeons of the castle, and then a enormous man. I read
somewhere too, Alex, that one of the bosses, it's gonna be a dresser. You know, like you think back to like Sleeping Beauty. What's the Beauty and the Beast, right? You know how they all came alive? At one point, the dresser like breaks out with arms and just runs at you.
Okay, all right. So Beauty and the Beast coming at you hot.
Lumiere just tries to light you on fire.
That would be terrifying in and of itself. Imagine that on the Unreal Engine. Right, even though they did a live action, but like, look at this dude. So I'm terrified already just watching this. That being said, apparently there's also like some Hagrid-looking dude who you fight. He's a boss in the village, and he literally looks like Hagrid with a big axe or hammer, whatever it is. So
where's Harry?
So
You're not Harry.
It seems like they've kind of taken all the elements of all of these other Resident Evils and put them together, made them better. So Resident Evil Village has a merchant as well for buying and selling weapons and ammo, just like Resident Evil 4. So you have the open world, you have the exploration, you have a merchant where you can buy and sell things. The Tetris style inventory is back. So, you know, yeah, Zhang He over here with her claws.
Alex, I hate it when people touch the camera in games and like they drag my view up. I hate not having control of where I look. I hate when they make me look at them. I hate it.
Look at me.
I hate it. That's what she did. She grabbed his head and put it up and then just showed her claws. Like that. I hate it. I hate it. Sorry, before I interrupt.
I mean, depending on what kind of person you are, that might be a good situation for you, or a bad one. Who knows? Okay, so everyone says this is a collection of Resident Evil's best ideas in one game. Also in this game is a free multiplayer called Resident Evil Verse. Excuse me. So Resident Evil Verse, 6-person deathmatch. When's it out? May 7th is when it's coming out on all gens, all systems. So originally they said this was going to be a straight next-gen game, but apparently they've recently come out and said that it's going to be on all gens, all systems, Steam, Xbox, PS5. And then there's a second demo coming this spring. So May 7th, and then second demo coming slightly before that. I'm excited. That was my breakdown. I just kind of I took a bunch of notes as I was watching this stuff. But
what do you think the multiplayer is? Do you think it's like a kid battle royale? Everyone plays as the daughter to see who will get rescued.
So they have legitimately said that it's a 6-person deathmatch.
Oh, that's okay. So it's not child battle royale. Got it.
So that was Resident Evil Village. Really excited. I loved Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Really excited for this. Slightly terrified for this. But it was a good game. I beat that game, and it was great. So Jacob fixing his camera here. But yeah, so that's that. You think you're going to dive into this? Did you play Resident Evil 7 Biohazard?
I didn't play 7. I played 4, 5, and 6.
Okay. You know that evil villain thing that we did yesterday? We could have put one of these guys in there, I'm sure.
There's a couple of them that we could have put in. Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to do
I watched a playthrough of 7.
We'll have to do an update. Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Yeah, very stressful. There were a lot of jump scares, but also like I think Resident Evil does a good job of like creating elements in these like where it's not just like, oh, you have a camera, you can only walk around, right? Or
Right.
you have to run away from this one guy. Like, I think there's a cool, unique interactive experience in these Resident Evil horror games.
You know what's cool about horror games in general? And I don't know if you had this, but I had this experience in Outlast where when I was going through the game, there were moments where like I didn't just like put the controller down. Like I paused and just sat there thinking, like, it's only 11 p.m. I'm gonna go till like midnight at the very least, but I'm so scared. Like I have to persevere here. I have to. Like I know I'm gonna get scared. I just have to do it. I just have to keep pushing, and then
You know what's crazy
I go
about
through
that?
it, and I'd be like, I can't close my eyes. I gotta face this.
It's so funny
and then
that
you know
you
the
say
part.
that.
Go ahead, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, it's so funny that you say that because like I had to play the game in 20-minute chunks. Like I would literally play and then stop because like my heart couldn't handle it. Oh yeah, how's that for a family gathering right there?
Without derailing though, do you remember the part in Outlast when the doctor chases you?
Yes.
So I speedran that by pure accident. The first time he chased me, I ran, looked behind, and saw he was directly behind me. Just screamed like a little girl, woke everyone in the house up, and I ran the right way and got out. And I just paused and sat there. And
I must have died like 17 times.
Yeah, I was like, oh god.
So that was Resident Evil Village, guys. Check it out. Look it up for yourself. Seems like they've made all the right changes in all the right places. So super excited to jump into that. On to the next story. So our next story comes from the Elder Scrolls universe. We talked about this a few episodes ago. Resident Evil, jeez. Elder Scrolls Online: Gates of Oblivion. So you know how they were going to have their like demo, but then the presidential inauguration, they were like, we need to push it back. So
which is so funny. They totally planned that, forgetting that he was being inaugurated that day.
Yeah.
They totally forgot.
Yeah.
100%.
So Online Gates of Oblivion. I'm just making sure this is the actual.
So just a quick recap too. They planned to release. Was it the demo or the actual game?
Just the video, the trailer, the
They
teaser.
they were gonna release the trailer on the day that Biden was inaugurated, but like a couple days before, they're like, "Oh, we're actually gonna move that."
Yeah, we should probably not do that.
We don't want to overshadow the inauguration.
So this,
which
ladies
is
and
really
gentlemen, is the trailer's finally out. For those guys that are Elder Scrolls fans, you might not be an Elder Scrolls Online fan. However, I will tell you this anyway. The Elder Scrolls Online. So the Skyrim expansion came out last year. The Skyrim expansion came out, and now the next expansion that's coming out this year is the Oblivion expansion. So if you're a fan of Skyrim or Oblivion, go ahead and check this game out. I personally love this game. So I haven't seen this trailer yet, so this is going to be a first look for your boy. But let's go ahead and dive into it. Here we go.
Peggy 18.
It's so cool.
They do such a good job with these.
I really hope at some point Bethesda just makes like 4 movies based off of just like animatics like this.
Dude, the lore is fantastic. The lore is
They
amazing.
have so much ready.
You know, people that we feel bad for in video games? This chick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not this chick. It's not who I thought it would be.
I was like, I don't remember her that well actually being that bad.
I'm assuming these are necromancers. Necromancers were big in Oblivion.
Dr. Mother, no, you wear screwdrivers. Yes.
Oh, baby!
Oh. Do it.
I wonder what they're doing, though.
Oh.
Hold on, pause. So you're telling me that all these guys have staves. which would assume that they're
and none of them fire a single firebolt.
They're range
casters.
casters. They're range casters, but instead they're going to hit them with the stabs. Okay, let's continue.
All these guys with less strength to lift the table by themselves decided to run at this girl who just hit him like a 200-meter arrow headshot.
I'd be standing way in the corner like.
Yeah, I'd start kiting back. I'd run and be like, oh, firebolt, firebolt, firebolt.
Okay, let's go. Oh my God, what are they thinking?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Okay, hold on, timeout.
What are you planning on?
What exactly?
He's using his staff like a sword.
I might be wrong here. I might be wrong. Like maybe I'm just not knowledgeable of these necromancers and their magic abilities, but
there's a reason those guys are getting paid minimum wage. They're at the lowest of the cult, you know? There's a reason they're still there.
What? Okay.
You spend 20 years learning magic and you decide to run up.
You decide to get in a fist fight. Huh.
Oh. Dude, flails are so cool.
All right, this guy.
There we go. Okay, this guy's got the right idea.
Huh. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are ever running with sharp objects, do not run with them pointing to your face.
I didn't realize that.
There's a lesson. Look, like, dude, I would totally hit myself in the nose with that.
So what do you think? Do you think they're all level 5? That's why this is so silly. Nice. That was cool. It was like a fire bind. Oh, that's sick.
Oh, that was a portal to Oblivion? Oh my God.
Wow.
Huh.
Hey, what's up?
Okay. I got goosebumps, dude.
Yeah, I did too. I know we were joking a lot, but that was really sweet.
Do you remember?
That was sick.
Okay, so coming June 1st on PC and Stadia, coming June 8th on PS4 and Xbox One. I guess no.
PS4?
Yeah, PS4.
Nothing
and Xbox
for PS5
One.
yet?
I mean, I'm assuming they're gonna release it for. But that was a little fire bear. So that was cool.
Is this? Do you have to pay a subscription for Elder Scrolls Online?
No, it's free. So you buy it and then it's free. However, if you want extra perks and stuff like that, you can then subscribe. I think it's like $12 or $15 a month.
Did you do a subscription? Did you play online?
I did.
Because you
yeah.
streamed a lot of Skyrim before too. Did you ever try to play Skyrim online with that before?
So I have not played when the Skyrim expansion came out. I got into Final Fantasy. So I have not played ESO since. However, I do have 570 hours in Elder Scrolls Online, and I played it since beta. So I love that game. It's fantastic. But so we are. This is quickly becoming a very long show. So let's quickly run through the next few stories that we have here. So Hogwarts Legacy, you guys have heard about that. Hogwarts Legacy for Xbox Series X and PC. The release date, gameplay, everything you need to know. Okay, so. For those of you guys that aren't aware, let me see if I can go ahead and open up this trailer here for y'all. So this is Hogwarts Legacy. It's apparently an action, and we've talked about it before on the show, but it's an action RPG, adventure RPG, whatever you want to call that. and they are, more news has come out of it. I'm just trying to pull up the article here so I can make sure that I'm accurate on everything that I'm saying. But essentially,
this got pushed back, right?
Yeah, so it did get pushed back. It's an open world RPG, which is pretty cool. I've always wanted a Harry Potter game other than the one that's on the PlayStation 1, right? I've always wanted a Harry Potter game. This is awesome. I'm curious how they're gonna go through how they're gonna present it and present the gameplay.
Yeah,
because
I'm wondering if they're gonna capitalize on their show that they're producing too. If they're gonna tie it in with that at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm super excited. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I love these movies. I know not everybody is.
What familiar would you choose?
Oh, you have frozen.
Would you do an owl or frog?
Your internet. You have frozen, Jacob. You are now a blur on my screen.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, what familiar would you choose? Would you do an owl, a frog, hamster?
I would have to go owl, just because I don't know.
I think I would too. Owl seems sweet.
But it looked like there's flying mounts and everything too. I don't know. I think this is a great thing, man. This world has been untapped at its full. The potential of this world has been untapped, up until now, and finally, I'm hoping that we're going to get something good out of this. It looks awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
So right now, they are saying that it's going to be available on current gen and last gen hardware. So you're going to have all that stuff. Unfortunately, it has been delayed until sometime in 2022. At this point, you kind of just have to expect delays, man. We're living in a crazy ass world. But they're saying it's going to run at 4K 60 FPS as well. So that's pretty much that. I mean, not much more to say about it. Not much more to say about it, except I'm excited.
I'm excited for any updates we're going to get. I'm sure there's going to be another one in the upcoming months, too. Yeah. And if we ever get a demo closer to, November or September.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to start seeing more demos, to kind of get people to hype and kind of, satisfy their hunger for a game with the delays and everything being a thing. Next thing, for those of you guys that are PlayStation fans, PlayStation Store remasters and retro game sale is full of bargains. So I found this last night. Basically, guys, if you have a PlayStation account and you have PlayStation, go check out the deals, see if there's anything that you like, whether it's PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. Apparently, there's a lot of remasters there that they are putting on sale.
The deals for Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, they're solid right now. You can get, I think, the whole Crash trilogy for $15, which is awesome.
Exactly. So on top of that, guys, go check that out. Another game we've all been very excited for. I don't know, Jacob, did you ever play Diablo?
No, I never. I didn't have a group of people to play it with before.
Oh man, you're missing out, man. These games are awesome. I put so many hours with my group of friends in Diablo 3. I think it was Diablo 3. Diablo 2 is being remade. Another remake coming down the chute. But Diablo 4 not being remade, but Diablo 4, basically here, it's still in development, and 3 of the game's 5 classes have been confirmed so far. So here's what they are, and this is super quick, not much more to say. Barbarian, Druid, Sorceress, as well as, I think I saw, where is it? It's probably somewhere in this article, I'm just missing it so far. No, 3 of the classes. Okay, Barbarian, Druid, and Sorceress. I played as a sorcerer in Diablo 3, or whatever the name for it was, if it wasn't a sorcerer, whatever the equivalent of that was. But super excited. Not much more to say about this. Just, it's coming. We don't know when, but they are saying class at BlizzCon this year.
Is this for PC or is this just mobile?
So apparently, we're going to get more information on February 19th. So that's cool.
Okay.
So it'll be on. I hope it's on PC. I swear, if it's on mobile, I'm gonna cry.
I remember the last one.
There was an outrage. So if they didn't put it on PC, they'd be silly. But yeah, 3 classes. Maybe you and I can play that together, Jacob.
That would be awesome. Yeah. I'd love that.
All right, so that is your gaming news for today's show. Let's. There isn't a ton of hardware news, but I do want to jump into this really cool story here. So let's go on into it. Here we go. So, you guys are familiar with Teslas, right? Well, the new Tesla Model S, you'll be able to play Cyberpunk and The Witcher 3 on it. Why? Because it has a built-in 10 teraflop gaming rig into the car. I'm sorry,
You
what?
and I were joking about this like a week ago.
We
where
were.
We were saying once we end up going back into work, we would have like an hour commute right now, but it wouldn't be so bad if we could just let a Tesla drive us there while we played games in the
I wouldn't
back.
mind my commute ever or anywhere if I could just chill in the car. Obviously, keep my eyes on the road, like just in case, because I for some reason, trusting my life in a car that can drive itself, not always, maybe I'm old world. I don't know. Maybe I'm officially old, right? You know, your grandparents are like, I don't like the internet. I don't trust it. You know, maybe that's me.
I don't have an article for this, but one of the things I think was really sweet about this was a lot of people that drive for a living that will like do shipments and stuff. What they used to do is they would drive and then they would sleep somewhere. You know, they'd go off to the stop. But what they were saying, because someone proposed, like, Elon, like, if this ends up being that people are self-driving, aren't all of these careers going to be done? And he said, well, no, it's kind of the opposite. Those careers will turn into technicians. So the car will be driving for you, while you'll just be in the car in case you need to fix anything or update things on a day-to-day basis, which also means shipping's going to become a lot faster.
That's wild. And
think about that, too. Like, you take a break for at work while it's driving for you, so you just play games in the back.
You met
so
that's
cool.
Right out of school, I was a pharmaceutical rep because out of school, you're trying to get the first job you can get to pay bills. I can only imagine what my life would be like if I had a car to play video games in.
I don't know if I would have gotten a lot though.
Yeah, I know, right? Jeez. But so there's 3 displays, with one of them being a 2200 by 1300 resolution, ultra bright colors with exceptional responsiveness and left-right tilt. Now, obviously, like I said, I'm talking about this as if like anybody can get it, right? But these cars are going to be expensive. I believe this one's at like $80,000. But you know, you're paying for luxury at that point. Look at this steering wheel too, by the way. What?
Jeez. Imagine going on a beach trip with your children who are like ages like 10 to 13, and it's like a 3-hour drive. They're just in the backseat, just going through the Halo campaign.
Best parents ever, dude. Best parents ever. So there are a number of things that we still do not know. Okay. But Elon Musk basically said, want to play Witcher game on your Tesla? You can already watch the show on Tesla Netflix Theater. Okay. So you have that. And then is The Witcher 3 going to actually come to the Tesla when? We've asked CG Project Red. Okay, I'm not going to read this stuff. But like, so $80,000.
Elon, when are we going to be able to play Witcher 3 on our car?
Yeah, right. But
Elon,
anyway,
please.
apparently it's going to be competitive with freaking, with Xbox Series X and PS5. 10 teraflops. Jeez, in a car. Children, man, to be a kid with rich parents.
Yeah, honestly. Imagine if Elon ends up partnering up with one of them.
Maybe.
Jeez.
Maybe. I would assume he's a gamer. I think he's a gamer.
He is. He likes games.
So this one I didn't really read too much into here, but Xbox is finally making this mediocre feature a priority. And what this basically has been referring to is the share button on the Xbox Series X and S controller. I don't have an Xbox Series X or S. That's one system I was not able to grab. But someone on Twitter said that there's been several issues tweeted with HDR capture, clip length, uploads of clips. It's dreadful. Where the program management, when it comes to like sharing clips and everything, apparently the CPU strains under the capture. Half the time the share to Twitter fails to upload because there's a large CPU constraint when it comes to sharing this stuff. So why they released it with that feature without testing it and putting it through a lot of QC stuff, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
But apparently there's been some issues. We could actually ask our producer of the show, Aaron, because he's got an Xbox Series X. So I don't know if he'd be able to do that, but yeah, well, maybe we'll dive into it a little bit more for you. But apparently there's been some issues. So kind of, is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. I haven't really seen much issues with the Xbox Series next gen systems. Only like problems with PlayStation 5.
So far, what it seems like, from what Nico told me at least, is if you're going to get this system to stream, which if you're going to stream, a PC is probably a better fit. But if you do this, it looks like the PS5 is better because on top of the sharing feature, the PS5's webcams that are available are a lot better than the ones available for Xbox right now.
Yeah.
So I hope that they increase those soon.
Yeah, and I mean, if this is your only problem, if the share button is your biggest issue, then I think
Yeah,
you're
I think
you're good.
you're reaching for something. to
Yeah,
complain about at that point.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so most of you guys have probably heard that GameStop and their stock has been absolutely insane as of late. Mainly, and forgive me, I haven't read totally into this. I haven't been caught up in all the hype that is happening right now with all the stocks and everything. But apparently, hedge fund billionaires shorting the stocks and saying the stock was going to drop. Right. Well, in order to counter this, somebody on Reddit apparently got a bunch of people together and said.
No, Alex, it wasn't someone on Reddit. It was Wall Street Bets on Reddit, which is
really?
like a hive mind. Okay, so you're right though. It was a short, so it was a lot of hedge funds saying GameStop is going to crash. So they're saying like the stock is going to go down.
Yep.
So they put like $13.5 billion on the line, saying it's going to go down. So Wall Street Bets, which is known as kind of like a 4chan-ish kind of Reddit subreddit, came together and said, you know what? Screw these hedge funds, guys. We're gonna make sure that this stock goes up. We're not gonna let it go below because we want these guys to lose money. They keep screwing things up. It didn't have as much to do with it was GameStop, but because it was GameStop, a lot of people would be like, hey, you know what? I liked GameStop. Let's get this up. So they've been pumping it, which is essentially just throwing money at it. The stock went up so much that they froze the account for a day because they were like, this is super sketch. Something has to be regulated.
The internet
There's
wins
nothing
again.
that we can do.
The internet wins again.
It was unfrozen
wild.
then. Wall Street Bets won again, and to the point where the SEC, which are the people that kind of regulate stocks and bonds and such, they tried to close down Wall Street Bets subreddit because they're saying this is really sketchy and this is borderline market manipulation. It got unbanned. From my understanding, they were saying like this wasn't market manipulation. We're just pumped about GameStop. So there's nothing like really there. The reason my mic is moving, by the way.
Yo, Demi in chat is like thinking we're crazy.
I'm on a mic gun.
You guys remember how a few episodes ago we told Jacob to buy the PC needed to mount his microphone? Well, he hasn't yet. I did give him crap this morning for it. But yo, walk on Toppy. I think it. Walk on Toppy. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, Twitch chat. Hello, everybody. But yeah, no. I mean, the only thing keeping GameStop alive is V-Bucks cards and midnight releases and Epic Games. The memories I have of sneaking out of my parents' house, especially when I had a car, because they didn't, on a school night, right? On a school night where they believe I'm asleep, they would never let me go. Like I would never get permission to go to a midnight release on a school night as a kid, right?
I thought you were just sneaking out to go to GameStop.
Well, I snuck out for a midnight release at GameStop a few times. I have one of them was for Diablo 3.
Diablo 3? Yeah, I was going to say, what was it for?
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
And then obviously Halo and all that stuff. But so guys, that is, let me see if that is everything. I believe that's actually everything for the show. We right now, guys, don't have the Q&A that we normally do or hot takes or anything like that. I know one of the things that I wanted to do was when we could work in like, hey, check this game out. I never checked that game out that we mentioned, but what I will say is this. So we were talking about the Medium being released today. Shortly after this show, Jacob and I are gonna record our first impressions of it, and hopefully that'll be up online pretty soon. But yeah, we're gonna go test it out. So we'll be sure to let you guys know. Save a clip for next week's episode, and if you guys are looking at the Medium, we'll give you our first impressions. Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys are looking for the perfect chair to relax on while you're playing the Medium, there we go. Just go right in and get a nice little zip chair. They're super comfortable. The pillows are great. Great. More than everything, you can even do this. You get like your game and you're like, Mom, hold on, I gotta take a nap. He's gonna knock down his green screen. Oh, I stopped myself just in time. That was dangerous. That was not a good decision. I'm not used to having this thing here. All right, well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go to Target and get an iron. Sure, I'll buy you one, Demi, for sure. Absolutely. All right, be sure to use promo code NerdStreetGamers to get 50% off. All right, guys. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for coming by the stream. I really do appreciate everybody being here. Let's go ahead and let's get an outro song. This is normally our outro song, right? Because it's our last segment song. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming by, everybody. Really do appreciate you being here. Like I said before, shout out again to Mike and Ike and Zip Chair. Mike and Ike being our presenting sponsor, and Zip Chair being the cushion for our Bottoms? Did you just... Artushin, yes, that's it. There we go. But guys, take care. Go check out the Medium if you haven't done it already. We're going to be coming at you soon with the first impression video, which we are going to go record right now. So guys, take care, everybody. Much love. Thank you for coming by. This has been Loading Screen. Twice
a week.
Twice a week. There you go. Jeez. Yeah, there's no words for that.
Your twice a week show.
Twice a week gaming news talk show where we sip coffee and talk all things games. Guys, take care, everybody. We'll be live again 11 a.m. next Tuesday. Enjoy, stay safe, play some games this weekend, and we'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Not good night. See, I'm so used to streaming at night. So long. Take care. Peace.
See ya. I hope ironing isn't going to be hard.
Your mic is still hot, bro.
Oh. Bye, guys.